Hello, gamers. What is going on? I see a lot of lobber in chat. Blue lobber. Philip Andraba would... Philip Andraba would be proud. Lobber Gasman saw me lobber. Now, before I get started on the actual playthrough, I want to show something I've been working on. The announcement about the new ship that's being added reminded me of a concept that I was working on like over a year ago. I ended up abandoning it because I couldn't quite make it work, but a lot of new stuff has been added to the game since then. And with the addition of the Anubis to the game, I figured I might give it a second pass. So this is obviously a finished sprite and not a placeholder. This is the official art. This is exactly what it's intended to look like. Like, if you don't appreciate it, then what can I say? I guess you guys just don't appreciate what real art looks like, because this is an absolutely finished ship. 100%. But the basic idea is a lot of people have talked about... Yes, it's a very avant-garde. A lot of people have talked about how they want a high-tech cruiser carrier, because we've got the Heron for midline, we've got the Mora for low-tech. So that was one concept that I wanted. Then another concept I wanted was something with large energy slots besides the Apogee. Because if you look at the other high-tech cruisers, like the Fury and the Aurora, both of them have no large slots. And then the Apogee has a large energy, but it's also got a large missile, which kind of makes it similar to the Champion. So I wanted something that had two large energies, no large missiles, and instead have fighter bays. And this is ultimately what I came up with, and I think I've got the gameplay nailed down. The sprite could definitely use some work, so that's honestly going to be the hard part, is kit bashing this, because I don't have too much experience with that. But overall, I think the gameplay came out really nice. It does feel distinct from everything else. It's got its own unique identity. Mostly because it's got reserve deployment. Yes, no sleep. Just watch at 3 a.m. No sleep. Anubis, more like Ra. Well, no, Ra would be if you got a capital ship with temporal shell. Because it's, Ra's like the king, right? Anubis is more of a support character, really. He's just kind of overrepresented in movies. 2 a.m. in my case. I don't know, maybe you should be sleeping, although I guess you could use the stream as a sleep aid if you have to. What happened to your sprites? It's definitely not a placeholder, it's just avant-garde ship design. Yeah. In fact, we'll name it not a placeholder. Just to be clear. I'm way too behind in the series. Yeah, it's not a placeholder. No, that's not a mock-up Anubis. This is something that I'm working on. Because the post about the Anubis reminded me of a ship that I had been working on, that I intended to use the Paladin. It didn't quite work out back then, because this was like over a year ago. But with the upcoming buff to the Paladin and some other things that have been added to the game, I think I can actually revisit this concept. So the sprite is unfinished, and that's going to take a little bit, but I think I've got the gameplay nailed down. A 30 deployment point, high-tech cruiser, with 2 fighter bays, backed up by reserve deployment. So while it says 2 fighter bays on paper, once you activate reserve deployment, it temporarily is like 4 fighter bays. With a couple large energy slots and some missiles. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. As a matter of fact, this... I lied. There is no space flicks and chill. Now get back on the ship and get back to work. Well, when you've donated $69.69, it's kind of hard to say no. That is the funniest amount of money I have ever seen. Almost, no, actually that's not true. 50? 50? Are you sure? That is an insane amount of gifted memberships. Thank you, Cooler Guy. So I'm really not sure, like, what's going on here. Are you seriously, like, if blink twice if you're being held in somebody's basement and you're only allowed to communicate with the outside world using super chats, because that's really what it's starting to look like. That's a lot. And now the chat is going to be flooded with random memberships being given out. Good God. Yeah, he is bankrolling this channel. Well, thank you, Cooler Guy. That means that a lot of people now have the option to post lobber in chat. You now have access to custom emotes. Congratulations. This is surely a good idea and not a mistake. Lobter. It's a good thing I have not added an egg emote, because then things would be really in trouble, but lobber is a lot more manageable. Complete lobber takeover. Good lord. Yeah, you've only got the default egg emote. There's no custom one yet. Do I have to opt into getting the free membership, or is it by chance? That's part of YouTube systems that I don't know too well, but I'm going to assume that it's random. That it's giving it to, like, random people in chat. That's what I would assume. Looks like a high-tech cruiser-sized Centurion. Yeah, so the thought process behind making it wide was that the other high-tech cruisers like the Apogee, the Fury, and the Aurora are all vertical. They're all long. They're all pokey, right, like a stick. So I figured this one would be wide to help it stand out. Now, this isn't deep into modded territory. This is making my own. I am modding now. Yeah, it's a special cloaking device. Yeah, I think the silhouette looks pretty good. Before, I couldn't quite figure out how to get fighter bays that would... Because I wanted these sort of like wing shape, but then to have fighter bays here to sort of break up the curve. And before, there wasn't really any good options for that. But now that the Anubis sprite is available, the fighter bays that it has, they fit right there perfectly. Still got to finish up the arms and then make everything fit together nicely, but I've got all of the basics down. I don't think you have to allow something to accept gifted memberships. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't really know how that works. Yeah, this is a mod ship that I'm working on. I've got the gameplay and the mechanics down, but the sprite is absolutely not a placeholder. This is the finished sprite. This is the peak of my artistic skills, as you can see. Oh, that's true. Instead of just relying on vanilla ships, I could also kit bash using modded ships. That's true. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. I think I'm going with the Cyclops because this is a battle carrier, and the other high-tech battle carrier is the Odyssey. Right? So the Odyssey's name is clearly a reference to like Greek mythology. So I think having another Greek myth like the Cyclops is fitting, and plus the large energy turret kind of looks like a big eye. So I think the name Cyclops is about the best that I can get. How does it handle? It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. For 30 deployment points, it's got fairly low flux stats, but the shield efficiency is good, and 2 fighter bays with reserve deployment have some nice burst damage. Instead of fighters, it just sends out little omens. Careful. That might be... That sounds like something I would make. A fighter... It's like a fighter that's like 15 ordnance points, and it's just a little omen. with an EMP emitter. Well, instead of just talking about it, let me show you what it actually looks like when it's fighting some stuff. So this version, I'm using the universal slots for kinetic weapons. You've got a high-intensity laser. Warthogs, watch this, it's going to activate its thing. Alright, go. Reserve deployment. It generates a lot of flux, but now there's 4 Warthog wings. Paladin wipes out any annihilators that this thing is shooting, and now it can sit at long range and pelt them with hypervelocity driver plus high-intensity laser. If they try to get too close, it's got sabos. So this version performs pretty well against multiple destroyers. It performs a little worse against... well, I guess not too bad. This is a more balanced loadout that's kind of not insanely strong against anything, but feels just about right for 30 deployment points. And you can see that reserve deployment ends, and a bunch of Warthogs are flying back. And one of the nice things I noticed about reserve deployment is it keeps your replacement rate high. Because even if all of your fighters are destroyed, as soon as you activate reserve deployment, it gets you back up to the baseline number of fighters, and you start recovering replacement rate immediately. Which makes it a little bit stronger than you might think. See, look at that. It was losing replacement rate, but as soon as it activated reserve deployment, it's recovering replacement rate now. I don't know if those are going to catch up to that. Yeah, Warthogs really like fighter uplink because they're a bit slow. What's the armor? So the armor and hull are the same as the Aurora. Well, the shield efficiency is 0.6. Because I wanted to give it low flux stats, relatively speaking. But I don't want it to have... But it needs to rely on its shield for defense. So it's got good efficiency. Oh no, if you want to do Cobras, you're going to have to do that yourself. When I finish this. Thunders were surprisingly unimpressive. Like, they can do really good EMP damage, but they don't kill anything, and then reserve deployment ends, and then just 2 Thunder Wings is not that impressive. I mean, if you had like 4 of these, and you loaded them all with Thunders, then it would be a lot more impressive. Because then you've got 8 fighter bays of Thunders, which temporarily gets boosted up to 16. That would work. But just a single one with Thunders is not great. Like, you need to mass up the Thunders. You can see here, Warthogs doing what Warthogs do best. Bullying destroyers. Yeah, so obviously it's winning this battle. I'm just going to end it here. And then I came up with this loadout, which is very missiles. Yeah, this is a ship pack teaser. You can call it a ship pack. It's going to have 1 ship. And when I eventually finish the art for it. Ah, that's true. The smartest... I hired... You know, that would be... That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, I might actually, in future playthroughs, having like unique faction ships that I've designed and modded in myself to fit the faction that I'm role-playing would actually be really cool. The only problem with that is it takes a while. Like, some people can kit bash really quickly, but I don't have a lot of experience with it, so the art's going to take a while. On the other hand, this is the missile loadout. It has a problem, which is that the ship is slow, and it has short range, but it does a lot of damage. So let's just watch. Reapers, go. Against the Dominator, this is really strong, but against other ships, the short range is kind of a problem. Regardless, it's fun to watch a Dominator get bullied by Reapers. Oh. Blam. Pretty cool, right? And then this one has beam weapons with advanced optics for maximum range. No, let's put it up against the Dominator. You could always employ the Garner's TM for sprite work. The Gamer's TM for sprite work. Ah. Yeah, I guess if someone wants to make a sprite for it. It's not like I can't do it, it's just going to take a while. Perhaps. Curiouser and curiouser. Embrace the missile spam. Now, missile spam is bad for the game. Bad. Right? You've got to be reasonable about this. Gamers from other dimensions helping to defend humanity. Starting to sound like we're entering a multiverse. Ah yes, embrace the fighter spam, that's more appropriate. Because the thing about reserve deployment is, like, normally your fighter bays are, once you go over 8 fighter bays, you start getting diminishing returns on the skills. But with reserve deployment, you can kind of go, like if you have 4 of these, that's only 8 fighter bays, but then they activate reserve deployment and you're up to 16. Yet it still only counts as 8. So, for fighter spam, this could be very effective, and it could be a problem. I haven't really tested out fighter spam too much, but other than that concern, they felt pretty balanced, and at the same time, they don't overlap too much with anything that exists already. Send in the converted hangar mules. Yeah, pretty much. Do-it-yourself spaceships. Busted but fun as hell. Yeah, I think I've used the Sky Splitter like once. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like a long vertical ship, right? And the 2 large energies are kind of overlapping in the middle. So anyways, that's enough of that. Something I'm working on. Seeing a guide on modded ships or mod making in general would be very helpful. So I'm going to have to close the game to change which mods are active before going back to the actual playthrough. Let's see, turn that off. Turn that, actually, hold on. Disable all, enable all. Turn those off and those off. Okay, there we go. I don't know too much about mod making, but I do know how to implement ships and weapons. Now, that stuff is all available. Like, there's a wiki page that basically explains all of that to you, and that's how I learned how to do that. Although having somebody explain it in a video is probably going to be easier to follow than reading through a Wikipedia page. So maybe making a basic guide to how to implement some mod weapons and some mod ships, that's not a bad idea. I could do something like that. I've not heard the term shit bashing, but I completely understand what that means. High-tech Legion. Yeah, that's so funny. I'm like, you know what we need? We need Paladin spam to beat the bugs. And then, like, not too long later, Alex is like, here, this is a ship that is specifically designed to be very good with Paladin. Yeah, thanks, Alex. That's good timing. It's great. And then, of course, someone actually made a mod that implements the ship already. So if you want to, you can use the Anubis already. Alright. Now we can get back into the game. Yeah, the Paladin's also getting buffed in general. That was one of the issues I had with designing that ship, is I wanted the Paladin to be good on it. Not necessarily the only option. I just wanted it to be good. But the problem was that the Paladin generated a lot more flux than you would like. As long as its capacitors, like its sustained flux was low, but as long as the capacitors were, yeah, as long as it was firing at its full rate of fire, it was still 500 a second. Which is more than a high-intensity laser for the burst time, which was a problem. Now that it's getting its flux cut down by 2/3, it makes a lot more sense to use it. Only problem, yeah, that's one thing I have to worry about is where the heck am I going to put the bridge on this thing? I haven't figured that out yet. Probably, maybe it'll have 2 bridges, one on each side of the Paladin. The god of Star Sector heard the people's pleas. We need fighters. We need counters to fighters. It does seem like, based on everything I've said, based on what he said on social media, and some of the poking around I did on the forums, he is most certainly implementing an endgame enemy that spams fighters. He's one that is confirmed. There's going to be a new endgame threat that spams fighters. And coincidentally, he's releasing, and just like by pure coincidence, he's also releasing the Anubis. Did the missile points on the Kitbash ship intersect? Yes. Yes, they did. There's the 2 universal slots that are close to the center, and those are hard points. And then the 2 small missile turrets out on the arms have enough of a firing arc that they can aim inwards. Originally, I was designing them as hard points, but the problem was that the AI just really doesn't like using small missiles in hard points for some reason. Like, if they're not straight aiming at the enemy, it will refuse to use sabos. It could be literally dying, and it'll just be like, no, I know sabos have tracking, but they're not pointing straight at the enemy, so I refuse to use them. It was really annoying, and the only solution was to make them into turrets. Which, honestly, has felt better, because I do like having access to Reapers on that ship as well. Reapers in the small spots are a lot of fun. And overall, it doesn't feel too powerful, even though it is pretty fun. Yeah, that's right. That's what kid bashing is. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so I've got this thing mothballed. This might be... If I change my skills around a little bit, I could start piloting this. And that could be very strong. Although, it does run into the issue that... I mean, I guess my credits aren't that limited, but it's like... We're not at the point where I'm worried about that too much. I'll put that in storage for now. Front autopulse, side paladins with S-Mags. Yeah, S-Mags are pretty good with both of those weapons. But I found in general... Like, the Paladins are good on the Paragon for protecting allied ships, which can be very useful, but it also gimps, like, that hampers its DPS by a lot. Hyperion Universal. It kind of depends. Like, kinetic weapons are a pretty good option there to help get through shields, but there's also the fact that the Hyperion is good at flanking. You can teleport behind the enemy and just ignore their shields, so sometimes I might put a Reaper there. Like, if you teleport behind an onslaught, you really don't need the kinetic weapon. You just want a Reaper to make it regret existing. So I will probably pick this up later, but for now I'm just going to toss it in storage. I can kind of see PCL. Right, the Hyperion, like, it's got short range, but that's not an issue on the Hyperion. The high hit points of the PCL helps it get through point defense. And plus, it's good against fighters. Chain gun. Yeah, a chain gun could theoretically work. But it's also eating up a lot of flux, and safety overrides is a lot worse than it used to be now that the Hyperion has delicate machinery. One autopulse sucks. I mean, one autopulse is alright. Like, one autopulse against, like, a capital ship is going to do nothing, but if it's like one auto pulse firing at like a cruiser or destroyer, it can do some damage. Oh, that's true. Paragon doesn't need damage if you have an afflictor to destroy everything manually. Yeah, that's actually a good example. If you have a bunch of phase ships, like 5 powered afflictors plus a regular afflictor for yourself, then a Paragon with some paladins is really nice, because anytime you're getting harassed by fighters or missiles, you just fly over to the Paragon and it takes care of it for you. I don't even remember what you were doing, other than killing bugs, obviously. Well, that's good, because then you and I are on the same page. I don't remember too much about the specifics. I just know that I've got some colonies, and I've got some bugs to kill, and that I have a fleet that looks like this. Oh god. That might be interesting. Derelict... Wait. I think you can get the... You can get the Mudskipper Mark II down to 1 deployment point, can't you? If you have derelict operations with 5D mods, and you have, what's it called? Support Doctrine, then you should be able to get it down to 1 deployment point, and just slap a Devastator on all of them. Of course, you know, then you run into the issue that you only get 30 ships per fleet, but you can always mod that. You can always change it with mods. Right? So, you know, just bring a few Mudskippers. Just bring like 100 of them. For only 100 deployment points. 240 Mudskippers even. I think that would break anyone's computer, not just mine. Yeah, the Mudskipper Mark II is real. In fact, there's even a Mudskipper Mark III. It's a kind of like hidden, though. It's not in the codex. You've got to unlock it using the secret code. But there's even a Mudskipper Mark III. Well, it's hard to regret buying 20 Mudskipper Mark IIs when they don't cost anything in the first place. Alright, do I have any missions that I'm trying to do? It looks like the answer is no. So I can just pick up, let's see, Extensive Ruins, so I'll go check that out, and then I'll check this out. Yeah, there's not particularly anything I need to do right now. So let's head on over here using the Slipstream. Or... So I think the Slipstream will take longer, but it'll be more fuel efficient than using the other thing. But the other thing is cool, so I'm going to use it. Slip Surge. Hold on, let's see if I can up my... Let's up the CPU a little bit. That might help with some latency. This should be fine. Mod with Anubis without that hull mod. Oh. Yeah, I guess you could make a mod where, in fact, that's something that's easy enough that I could do that. Because somebody's already implemented a mod for the Anubis. I could just copy-paste that, remove the hull mod from it. That would work. That would work. And then I could just remove the hull mod. Although for it to be balanced, you would need to up the deployment points to like 35, 40. Temporal Shell with 3 large energy slots is very strong as soon as you remove all of those hull mods. Alright, let's see. Slip Surge. I do have Slip Surge, don't I? Wait. Do I not have Slip Surge unlocked yet? Or am I thinking of a different... Hold on. Where is it? Major Events? Oh no, I don't have it unlocked. I'm thinking of a different save file. Alright. So I've got to take the, I've got to take the highway. Which is fine. The highway's pretty fun. There we go, more topography, just by going. Oh, no, I'm going way too far. Oops. I was supposed to get off earlier. Well, that's fine. I can just turn this off and go back. Easy. Well, I mean, you fought the Tesseracts, right? They have Temporal Shell. That's part of why they're so insane. You think they're manageable up until they start, like, zipping about like a schizophrenic Dorito. Wait, that's what we call them, right? Schizophrenic Doritos? That's their official name, I believe. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get off here. We'll get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride right about there. 669. Nice. Yeah, I think there's already a mod that adds... Oh, have I already... Wait a minute. Have I already looted this or not? I might have, and then the thing is just, not that. Maybe the intel is out of date. Yeah, I've already looted this, so this intel is completely out of date. That is far away. This is a little more close. Come on, YouTube. Is YouTube having an issue? There shouldn't be any problems with like stuttering in the stream, because I've got the same settings as last time and people said it was fine. I think there's some void creatures there. Right, let's go. A small stutter every now and again. Really? I mean, goodness, what does it take? What's a man gotta do? Nothing big, alright. I mean, it would be nice if I could just completely get that to stop. But if you take the bitrate too low, that would affect the quality, right? Let's try taking it a little bit lower, not too much. Food, my favorite. That's exactly what everyone looks for. When they find an orbital habitat, they're like, yes, I can't wait to get food. Yeah, sometimes it is what it is. Alright, so that's all for now. Unless I want to go do this. I might be able to do Alpha Site if I grab that Hyperion. Although, again, I don't know exactly how tough they made it in the mod. Yeah, it's probably Space Twinkies. That would explain a lot. It's non-perishable. It'll last for 1,000 years or more. What have you got for me? More food, yummy. It is tough, though. Don't go yet. Alright. I won't. Space Twinkies. Not to be confused with Space Twinks. Yes, that would be a little bit different. Although surprisingly similar. I don't know what kind of chance you guys think you have, but you're 2 stars, and you're using vanilla ships. You are already dead. I'm not even going to deploy my cruiser. I'm just going to watch. Oh, look at those salamanders. Man, look at that. You can just instantly see the difference from Elite Ballistic Mastery. You can just instantly see the difference in projectile speed. Huh, I still feel like my frame rate is kind of low. Maybe I should close and reload. Feels a bit off. Although the FPS counter at the bottom says it's fine. Yeah, Penny Skinnis is doing alright for now. You know, he's, you know, he knows he's on thin ice. He's trying not to get spaced. You know, you've got to eject somebody every once in a while just to keep morale up. And Penny Skinnis is a perfect example. Like, he just underperforms. Then you eject somebody, and suddenly he's a little goody two-shoes and actually does his job. Ah, another valuable prisoner. Excellent. I do like taking people prison. Having control over their fate makes me feel powerful. Yeah, it's gotta be the recreational drugs. I mean, that stuff is like candy-colored pink. I mean, who wouldn't take that, really? Okay, so somebody wants to fight. Oh, they've got Colossus, and it looks like a mod ship that's got a pirate variant. That'll be cool. It's probably gonna die right away, but still. No, if you fought together with the other guys, you would have had a much better chance here. But I don't think you're going to do too well. Yeah, my frame rate just feels like it's stuttering a lot. Yeah, I think after this battle I'm going to close and then reload. Oh god, a pirate variant of the Egg. That would probably be the best ship ever. It'd be the hard-boiled variant. Or perhaps... No, wait, they could split the egg open and call it, like, scrambled egg. That's what they would do. I think that's a Wayfarer. Did they... They might have had a Mudskipper Mark II and it just died already. Who's to say? I wasn't paying attention. Dead pirates. Yeah, I think when I'm done with the missile tier list, which will come out very soon, I think I'm going to make like an early game exploration guide. Show people how to make like a decent living from exploration rather than relying on what is it, smuggling, which seems to be the default for a lot of people. at him go. Wow, missile tier list. In a week. Considering it's almost Christmas, that meme is appropriate. Didn't you do a series? I mean, I've done a couple of videos covering the early game. But I could make a new video that's a bit more focused and a bit more... Yeah, just focused, really. Just like, because I can show, like, here's this, like, the early game options start with, not just early game options, but like, when you're creating a new save file, select these options. In fact, I might even include the tutorial in it, and just make it like, here's how you can start the game as a completely new player. Like, choose these options at the beginning of the game, you can go do this, and then adopt this playstyle, and it'll be easy. There are other playstyles, of course, but this one is fairly easy to do. Alright. Let's take... Pirates have offered me a very generous donation. So I'm going to exit and reload and hope that improves performance. The saving and reloading will continue until morale improves. And I'm also going to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, cool. So the first thing I come back to is memory leak detected. Great. Just what I like to see. Well, that would explain a little bit of the performance issues. So let's just save copy. Yep. Okay. And we're going to delete this one. And hopefully that does it for us. Memory leaks. I mean, some people have said that they got the memory leak notification and then just played anyways and it didn't have any issues. But in this case, I seem to be having issues, so hopefully that solves it. It's time to salvage. Knife. It's the custom destroyer. Knife. Of course. I mean, I would assume that knife would be like a smaller version of the dagger and not a destroyer, like a completely different thing. That's what I would assume, but I mean, who am I to judge, really? Survey time. Let's see, there is... Oh, that'll be nice. Oh, but first I should grab this, and then I can just transverse jump over here. Yeah, that'll be the fastest way to do it. Well, the memory leak issue only really happens if you've got a bunch of mods, right? I don't think I've seen it in vanilla. Yo, what good? Pizza with pineapple? Yes. Pizza with pineapple is good. Base game has memory leak? I guess it depends on your computer. I've never seen that. Pizza with pineapple is good. It's not like the best pizza, but it's not bad. Yeah, of course people are going to disagree. It's a very I know. I didn't mean to get too political on the stream, but I've got to say, pizza with pineapple, it's all right. Is there another? Oh, it's one of those, of course. Well, we found some stuff. Yeah. Yeah, watch subscriber count drops by 50% immediately. Pizza with pineapple, unacceptable. In fact, I wasn't... It was me. Robert Smith. It was never a skin condition. I was a bug the whole time. I've taken over the stream. Your streamer is gone. I'm wearing his skin. I've replaced him. Curses! I was only outed because of my love of pizza with pineapple, something that no human would enjoy. I should have known. That's, Is this manageable? Well, I did save, so we're gonna try it. I have no idea how to judge the strength of these fleets. I have no idea, because I don't know what any of these things do. It cannot be. You're contacting your local mafia. Hey, Tony, you seeing this shit? Goddamn. Pineapple on pizza. I might as well commit murder at that rate. You're killing me here. Alright, yeah, it's doing that thing that they do where they grab onto you, which kind of ruins your steering. Alright, do you mind dying already? Like, I'm trying to kill you, but you're not making it too easy. Wait, I added in a void order? When did I do that? Or did it just come with it? What? I don't remember clicking on that. Am I getting dementia? Hello? What happened there? I am very confused. I do not remember. Well, it's no wonder I'm getting swarmed. That was weird. Alright, let's try that again. It's just, These ships are void creatures. I think that's the name of the mod. Yeah, they're living. The pineapple has to be fresh. And paired with ham. Local Spacer is very confused. Yeah, I must have accidentally hit V after clicking on one of them. Oh, you are getting swarmed. Let's pull you back a bit. Let's bring you over here. Get you to escort that. I think that looks good. Oh, that's a fun sound. I'm a big fan. I like it. It's very spooky. Fighting some goddamn space creatures breathing poison gas on my ships. I don't know where you guys came from, but I'm sending you back there. That's a... Okay, that's a lot of EMP. That's not good. But we should be fine. Oh yeah, I did not add that avoid order. It's doing that by itself. Wait a minute. Do these mess with the order? Yeah, because it added an avoid order by itself and then turned it off. I think that's part of... You know what? That might be part of their design, is that they scream and then they make your ships afraid and run away. So it automatically adds an avoid order. That might be what that is. That would explain why that's so difficult. Oh. Game froze. Okay, now we're back. That is an interesting choice. I get the idea, but I'm not sure I think that affects player agency too much. Messing with orders like that. Like, interfering with player control like that doesn't seem like a good idea. Oh, hello. Soil nanites. Yes, please. Yeah, it does seem like it might only happen to frigates and destroyers. That sounds about right. Okay, we're going to drop that. Excellent. Okay, I think that... I'm a little over capacity, but that's fine. Wow, that's a lot of loot, and there's still more in the system. But for now, I'm just going to leave. It achieves the same effect as a fear mechanic. They're just three mechanics that already exist. Yeah, that seems to be what they're trying to do. Right? They get an automatic avoid order that acts like a fear mechanic. Which is a cool idea, but... Man, interfering with player control like that... Like, the AI is already annoying enough to control, so I'm not sold on the idea there. Although, yeah, very horror-like, interfering with the controls. That's something that a horror game would do, and they are void creatures from another dimension, or something like that. Some kind of goddamn creatures. Guess we're going home. Blowback, pirate. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to do there. Looks good. We take this, go back up. I think we go here. There's a gate here, but there's not one here. No, wait, there is one in both, right. So I don't actually have to fly all the way up. I can just take the gate. Now we reverse, and we go. Oh, they missed me. Sucks to suck. Try again next time. Skill issue. How can the screen be hurt when it's in space? Well, it's probably traveling through, like, subspace waves. It's like a scream in your mind, you know? That sort of thing. Derelict... You gotta put it on the other side of the system? The sector? Damn. Okay, I swear, every Persean League bounty is just spamming these specific ships. I swear, every single time, they're just spamming this ship. They don't have any other bounties. There's only this ship. This is the only one. Like, somebody can go back. I'm sure if I go back through the VODs, every single time the Persean League offers up a bounty, it's that ship. Yeah, you've got a synchrotron core here for that specific purpose. That's a... Yeah, the stores, they're... I'm pretty sure last time I visited, they also just had a bunch of them flooding the shops. I wonder what's that all about. So I've got a lot of excess machinery that I can sell. Actually, I could... Let's buy a little extra crew. Let's go up to 550. 550 sounds nice. Yeah, it has a old mod syndrome. That might be it. It might just be that the weight that they added for the ship was calibrated for an older version of the game, and so now it's just way too high. Wait, there's a mod that adds a bounty that's 100 plus kites? I have not seen that. That could be very funny. A ship with a lot of weight, Yo Mama class battlecruiser. That's a pretty good Yo Mama joke. I like that one. Defender victory. I love how it's such a negative sound when the defenders win. But the defenders are mostly humans, so I'm very okay with this. Alright, that's a lot of guns. Do I have room for anything else that I want to sell? And I can grab some of that. Oh, you know what? I had more crew. I forgot. That's fine, they can sit in cold storage. They'll be fine. It's negative since you're Robert. Ah, true. I was a bug. I was Robert the whole time. I'm a bug, which is why the game is doing that. It's another giveaway. Along with the Hawaiian pizza, the negative music is another dead giveaway, really. Well, not a gamma core. Still item. I mean, using these items is going to be a problem as soon as I get to size 4. But luckily, the growth rate is slow, so that's not too much of an issue. Now, how much money am I making off of this? Not too much extra money, but I guess it's something. As soon as it grows to the next size, I'm probably going to have to take the items out. And in fact, I should be taking this out. If anything, so I could add it here to the spaceport. The accessibility will be 4,000 credits, but it also increases the growth rate, which I don't want. Oddly enough. I want to make more money rather than growing my colony. But adding it here doesn't... It barely does anything. Freeport also causes the growth rate to spike. I think I'll do Freeport once we get up a size. Speaking of, I could really use more... I think it's about time I get a Patrol HQ. Yeah, once you hit size 4, you get the debuff of existing. Yeah, hello, Master Chief. It's good to see you. How you been since Halo Infinite? Wish I found Solanite to my save. All I found were fuel cores and mining bores. Hey, those are pretty good. Oh, don't worry. We will be freeporting soon enough. Yeah, Halo Infinite was rough, yeah. Honestly, I didn't even pick it up. It looks kind of cool, but it's like, you know, I liked like Halo 3. That was cool. It was a pretty cool game. Halo 1, the first couple games are also pretty nice. But you know, it's been a long time. Didn't really feel like picking it up. Yeah, I've heard Halo Wars was good, but that's something that I never picked up. Yeah, Patrol HQ should help a lot with the pirates taking over the comm relay, and the extra stability is going to be nice. Halo Legendary Stream. I'm not that good at FPS games. I could probably beat it on Legendary with enough practice. I would definitely die a lot, though. I could beat it, what's the tier below Legendary? Is it Elite? I forget. The tier below Legendary I could do more or less just fine. Heroic, that's right, it was Heroic. Yeah, I could do that without really running into any issues, but on Legendary I would certainly find it a little... I remember finding it a little more challenging, but it has been a while. Well, that unfortunately does take up all my credits. Actually, make a port... See, a lot of the time the easy way to do colonies is to get like 2 million credits first and then just buy everything right off the bat. Because if you buy everything right off the bat, then you have a pretty strong, pretty safe colony, good stability, good income. So then you can afford to just use all of the items and make a bunch of money, and then you can upgrade your fleet so that by the time it gets to size 4, you can just immediately fight everything and not really worry about it. Yeah, the first Halo, flood rockets are a pain on Legendary, and then the second game is the snipers. Yeah, the second game is really not balanced for Legendary. I was playing some Halo until Warframe came out. That must be a while ago then. Yeah, I'm doing a bit of a different strategy here of starting a colony when I have no cash and no fleet. Which, as long as they stay at size 3, is really not that bad. I have used the Star Federation mod, but I don't have it active right now. My next save... So the next save, I'm actually going to cut back on the mods, and I'm thinking about running... Like, I like Scalar Tech and Diablo Avionics, so those are probably going to be there by default. And then on top of that, I might throw in, like, Maya Surin Navy and Star Federation. What is the best station defense? If I had to guess... So when it comes to auto-resolve, they're all going to be the same. But when it actually comes to fighting with your station, my guess would be high-tech. Because they've got fortress shields, which means that the station can do a lot of tanking with its fortress shields, which then allows you, with your fleet, to flank the enemy and do a lot of damage, even when you're severely outnumbered. I think Scalar Tech is pretty vanilla friendly. Obviously, when you get up to like a super ship like the Gaon, with its 100 deployment points, it's kind of hard for it to not break the game, because as soon as the player pilots that, you can do a lot of damage. But they did their... And then the other thing that's broken about it is the Dessous Assault Fighter is way too strong. But other than that, I think it's pretty balanced. So, you can... If you want to have fun, just load up carriers with the Dessous Assault Fighter and pilot a Gaon yourself. And if you want it to be more fair, then just don't do that. Oh yeah, and that's right, they've got like a destroyer class carrier that's like... It's like the Drover, but better in every way. So if everyone out there wants to use the Drover and feel what it used to be like when it was good, you can do that. It's probably a little too strong, but oh well. I've not heard of the Kieltsev Technocracy. That's one that I actually haven't heard of, so I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, it's really good compared to the Drover, partly because they've got a built-in hull mod that reduces replacement time, and partly because it's only 12 deployment points for what is otherwise basically just a drover, but with a better hull mod. And I think it's got 2 medium missile mounts too. So yeah, it's a lot better. Maybe a little too better. It really should be at least 14 deployment points with all of the advantages it has. Like that's a ship that could be 14 deployment points with 2 fighter bays, and it would still be good because of all of the little, like the shorter replacement time just from a built-in hull mod and medium missiles. But instead it's 12, so it's probably too strong. Yeah, station tech level. Yeah, high tech does look cool, but when it comes to auto-resolve, all of the stations are the same, and the high tech station has the advantage of, specifically, it's got fortress shields. So when you're actually fighting alongside of it, I think the fortress shields are best for like the station can tank a lot of damage using the fortress shields, and then you can flank the enemy when they're focusing on the station. I think that's the best for when you're actually fighting with it, but I haven't really tested them all out, so I don't know. It's honestly kind of hard to test them because you've got to lure in a big fleet and then try it out. Rat content? Yeah, random assortment of things has a lot going on, so we'll see. You know, I have not actually... This is the first time I've actually heard of Kieltsev. Alright, so I've got no money. I need money. Conquest mission. The Hivers desire that another faction conquer Tartessus. Oh, I see. That's so funny, because this is the one that they tried to invade like 5 minutes ago, and then they failed. And now they're crying about it, like, oh, freaking Luddic Church fighting us off. Here, we'll pay you money. Conquer it for us. Maybe I would, if you gave me a better deal. 500,000 credits to... No, that's not enough. Pay me more. You want me to turn against humanity? It's not that I won't. You've just got to pay me good. Freaking, like, whiny. Like, look at them. Look at these little babies, all right? Just accept. Just take the L. All right, you tried to take the planet and you failed. Just take the L. You lost. Accept it with dignity. But no, they've got to whine about it like, huh, it's not fair. Somebody else do it for me. Pathetic, really. And this is why we stick with humanity, all right? Humanity has dignity. Humanity is not like the bugs. Yeah, Kasseron falls immediately, and the Luddics have repelled, like, multiple invasions. What can I say? It's the base Luddic Church. Yeah. Hive cells absolutely seething over the Lud Chads. That's pretty much what's going on. Yeah, there are ads in live streams, but from what I understand, Twitch like spams the hell out of them, and you can get like 5 unskippable ads, whereas YouTube, you can tell YouTube to set the ad frequency really low, and then which should be like not too bad for interruptions. All right, going to sleep at 5 a.m. All right, Master Chief, have a good night. Yeah, versus, you know, a lot of people probably don't even know that these can have ads because they're just running ad block anyways. We have to go to the during the Persian crisis. Yeah, so from what I understand, because the bugs are occupying Kasseron, when I get to the Persian crisis, it's going to be Hivers sending in their fleets. So I really, really want to avoid the Persian League crisis for as long as possible. Like, it's not going to be pretty. I might have to, like, so this is one thing that I'm thinking about is, in the future, I'm not going to run Nixerolin, because Nixerolin is cool, but the problem is I want it to interact with the Spindle faction a lot more, and they're already they're basically gone at this point. They lost their main planet, so they've only got this like size 5 non-military place. So if I want to do anything with them, I can't. How do you win against the Hivers? Sap bombard all their worlds? Pretty much. Yeah, the Hivers, you really need to bring point defense. They have overpowered fighters, and the AI is very hard time dealing with them. But if you bring, like, paladins, then you should be fine. And then you just sap bomb their worlds. Yeah, I could donate it to Spindle, but, like, that's a lot of work. Maybe not even a lot of work. I just don't want to have to do work to interact with the faction, right? Because there's like unique characters to the faction on their homeworld that are now occupied by the Hivers. Actually, I'm pretty sure somebody else took it, and then they got conquered by the Hivers. So it's been conquered twice now. I don't just want to have to do any extra work. I'd rather have, like, just turn off Nixerlin and have the factions be static. So while it is, like, the additions that Nixerlin has are pretty cool, I think it adds a little too much variability for what I'm going for. Alright, I do need to make cash. I don't think I can do bounties can't be too difficult. So like 200,000 is probably much. That's over. Is there any missions? Well, there's that, but I don't want that. This is there any gates? Actually, there's a gate not too far. I can do that. Thank you, gate system, for making the game easy. Well, the hegemony being the most capable kind of makes the most sense. Like, population-wise, they are like half the sector. And they've got... They're sort of they already have like a pre-built military command structure because they're operating off the remains of the domain. So lore-wise, that makes the most sense. Most of the reason that they don't conquer the entire sector is due to, like, political maneuvering and stuff. Which is a little harder to simulate. Yeah, Chico alone is like half. It's a ridiculously concentrated, like, the population concentration there is ridiculous. So we did get some intel. What was that? Domain error probe? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Wait, Mayusura got taken over while you were doing the tutorial? That's funny. I don't like that. Oh, there's bugs. Yeah, leave me alone. Bye. Oh, good. I think they're following me. But we'll be fine. Free stuff. Nice. Oh, you know what? I need to go visit the core worlds to sell a bunch of crap. Okay, so I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scan this, and then I'm going to go spend some supplies. Yeah, no, I don't need to. Because I don't have much room in my cargo holds. I think I'm going to go scan the gas giant to burn some supplies, and then I'll come back and salvage these. Nobody has enough power or influence to unite the sector, except you, Vape Smoker 420. You have the potential to unite the sector, or reduce it to ashes. Wait, have I already been here? That doesn't seem right. Okay, this is pretty small. We can take this. We can take this. This is fine. I guess I'll deploy the flagship as well. Might as well. Yeah, Seth is very funny. I think he strikes a good balance of being, like, kind of edgy, but not overdoing it. Because there's definitely a point where people get annoying with it. plasma. I would actually like you to help me out over here. And you can escort me. That should be... That looks fine. Ooh, that's a face ship? Maybe not that one. How about this one? People underrate a Saturday cartoon villain in Star Sector. Just full aggro. Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to do that, right? Because once you, like, when you start pissing off the factions, then you're kind of making it a lot harder to access. Like, you don't know exactly what you want yet. Right, so if it turns out that you like if you get like halfway through your second playthrough and it turns out that you really like high-tech, but you've already pissed off Tritachyon, like that sucks. So for the most part, people don't try to piss them off too much. But once you know what you like and you know what you want to do, then being really aggressive can be fun. Alright, how about you guys take care of this thing? It's already stripped off my armor, which is not ideal. Oh, that was also a phase ship? Well, that's annoying. Good luck. Alright, I've got its attention. Now we back up. Phase lances are doing wonders here. And the fact that they reflect projectiles makes them kind of dangerous. Well, yes, there is a way to get it. If you start raiding their planets for blueprints and then printing them out yourself. That is one way to get around the reputation issue. But of course, again, that's something that more experienced players are more likely to do as opposed to, like, someone on their second playthrough. Guys, why are you so far away? You're at 0 flux. Please close the distance. It's almost dead. Please. Where are you going? Why are you backing up? Go forward. Go forward. Where are you going? Why are you running? Why are you running? Do I gotta do everything myself? It's regenerating hull. Look at it. Seriously. There is a bug that makes frigates not really kill things when you tell them to kill things, although that has been addressed in the next patch. I made a bug report and Alex said he's already taken care of that. Keltsiv Technocracy focuses heavily on carrier doctrine. Yeah, that's very common for mods. Honestly, a lot of them focus on making carriers more interesting, or more powerful. By more interesting, I mean more powerful. Although they all have different approaches to it, so I'll have a look at Keltsiv Technocracy and see what they've got going. I wonder. It does seem like the Void creatures, when they lose, they do actually retreat, so they're not hyper-aggressive the way that... They're not as aggressive as I would have thought. I just kind of assumed that they would fight to the last. But I guess the bugs can feel fear. I mean, what's the one where they have, like, space cavemen? If you want big gun doctrine, I'm pretty sure there's a faction mod that basically adds space cavemen that throw rocks at the enemies. Doesn't get much bigger gun than that. Alright, well, let's do this. Do a little survey. Now we can go back and pick these up. Wait for us to burn through some supplies repairing. Then pick these up. Excellent. Yeah, Kingdom of Terra, that's the one. Ah, yes, this is where Sentinel is. Are you telling me my lay bomb was used to lay kill people? Oh, heavens. Oh, it's a depreciated mob. That's unfortunate. Let's see, what is my... We're at... Yeah, so the Iron Shell likes me. I might be able to... Wait, hold on. If I get a commission with Iron Shell, does that still work the way that... and I talk to Sentinel, does that do the same thing that a Hegemony commission would do? I have no idea if they've actually, like, hooked up all of that to work. It would make perfect sense if it did, though. Might be worth grabbing, because for some reason I have good reputation with them. I have no idea why. And besides, Iron Shell does have some pretty cool ships. It's a good opportunity to look at some mod ships. Yeah, they're going to want taxes. That's the only downside. Is they're going to be like, have you paid your taxes? I don't think so. It looks like you need death. Death is the only cure. Death for 1,000 years. This is what you get when you don't pay your taxes, Spacer. Yeah, thank you, Iron Shell. Very cool. Well, anyways, that's just some dialogue. That's right. I think I left the ships here. Apparently I left some weapons here. Actually, I should probably just be using this to store... Instead of dumping all those cargo pods around the system, I could be storing them here. But they're also not worth enough that I really care about that. Yeah, I do have enough crew to at least add these to the fleet. Maybe if I mothball... Yeah, I could mothball this one. But it also doesn't really matter that much. I don't want them to... No, they're not going to slow the fleet down. We're fine. Look, they can send all the waifus they want. I don't care who the Iron Shell sends. I'm not paying taxes. 1.3 mil of tax refund. I have no idea how you got it that high. It decivilized in less than a year, really? I haven't seen that before. The one time, like the... Yeah, I think only one time I've really activated the colony, and it just stayed out there and it was fine. Honestly, in vanilla, this is really useful because it gives you a place to restock on fuel and supplies, especially if you find it early. It gives you another place to restock with fuel and supplies that's far away, enough away from the core worlds that it's kind of like really useful. So you don't have to fly all the way back on every exploration mission. Oh yeah, okay, if it spawned next to the hivers, then that would do it, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll mothball that and I'll take them back home. Looks fine to me. Oh, you know what? If I want to gain reputation with a faction, I do have 3 prisoners. Tritachyon, I've come to bargain. That being said, I think I have already done enough Tritachyon and high-tech stuff before. I'm going to go with 14th Legion. Wow, the Enforcer is your favorite? That's pretty uncommon. It's a ball of metal with missiles and 5 medium ballistics. So I guess it does have something unique going for it. Never mid-tech, Sag. Honestly, when the next patch comes out, I'm going to do another vanilla playthrough, and I'm thinking of going and doing the epic meme fleet of 5 conquests and then a bunch of afflictors. Because it actually, like, as much as it sounds like a meme, it actually works. 5 conquests and 5 pirate afflictors, and then I'll just pilot one myself. I'm a little low on fuel. It's been a long time since I've made any videos about Conquest. It is a very good ship. Oh yeah, we won't be needing any omens for that. Yeah, I did do a Conquest fleet a long time ago, but I wasn't... There was no voiceover for that one. Hey, look, if it's been 2 years, then I think that's long enough that I can go back to that ship. Wait, there's a gate there? Oh yeah, I guess so. Hold on. Yeah. A little low on fuel. Might want to start getting more... I might need another dram or something. Yeah, I think I'll go to the core... Wait. There's a domain era survey ship here. Okay, I guess I'll go to the gate there, because that survey ship might be useful. Hello, gamers. Hello. Oh god, it's in... Wait, it's in Korean. Hold on. Oh no. Yeah, because it used to be... I think your channel name used to be written in English, but now it's in Korean. Nice going. I don't know how to read Korean. No, oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, it's appropriate given the point of the videos that you make. Video on Anubis. Maybe. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Could pop out a video on the Anubis. Yeah, Paul's Soul is the English version. Makes sense. I mean, I've definitely tried a few things with the Doom, but it's also been a while, so exactly how I would run it now, I'm not sure. Yeah, just Paul is good. Alright. That worked. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of loot in the system. I guess I'll find the derelict, and hopefully it'll tell me where the mothership is. Still got enough fuel to jump back to the core worlds. The first lyrics of Red Sun in the Sky. Well, I don't remember what the lyrics are. Or is it like Red Sun over Paradise? We're talking about Metal Gear, right? That's what you're talking about, if I remember. I mean, this is almost good. If it had even a little bit of transplutonics, this would be pretty good. But unfortunately, the complete lack of transplutonics makes it a lot worse. Metal Gear Revengeance reference detected. Yeah, there's a few games like that, or a few, not just games, but there's a few intellectual properties like that, where as soon as you mention it, it's like all the it's like the sleeper activation code for a bunch of people. I was thinking about a meme. Oh. Then I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, man. Low gravity is nice, no atmosphere. It's bare minimum ores, but a drill would solve that. Okay, I should be really close to unlocking. Wow, this is about the best a gas giant can possibly be. I actually don't think it gets better than this. The meme of the Chinese song. I'm shy now. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some Chinese meme songs out there, but I wouldn't know the lyrics to them. I have not tried the Retribution too much. Project Moon fan. That... Fair. Yeah, I've seen that. You say the right combination of words and all the Project Moon fans are like, ooh, you know? He knows the secret language. Do you have a stream schedule? Well, I stream on Sundays. I'm able to do that pretty consistently. And then if I'm streaming at other times, I schedule it ahead of time so that at least it'll, like, YouTube will tell you. But for now, it's consistently on Sundays. All right. Good luck out there, Paul. Paul Starfarer. Have a good one. But yeah, this is about as good. Well, I'm currently new to the game. Are gas giants just there for a +2 volatile? Yeah, pretty much. Gas giants are just for the volatiles. But then they've always got high gravity, hurting their accessibility, and they usually have very high hazard ratings. So they're very rarely a priority. It's mostly just there for the volatiles and then you can equip a plasma dynamo to get that volatile up. Which, if you've got a fusion lamp around any of your colonies, that kind of volatile output can be really useful, but that's... And they do make a decent amount of money. But compared to other colony types, they're pretty bad. As far as gas giants go, this is pretty much the literal best. It's only 150% hazard rating, the lowest it's going to get, because the only penalty is high gravity, which you get on all gas giants, but usually there's more. So just high gravity is really good, and then it's got +2 volatiles, which is the highest it can get. In my time zone, you start streaming right when Sunday ended. Yeah, well, that is when things get a little complicated, isn't it? I can say it's Sunday for me, but then time zones make that a little iffy. I'm as entertained as embarrassed just because I replied a meme with another. That's funny. Yeah, 10 a.m. on a Monday, 1:35 a.m. on a Monday, yeah. Man, why do governments gotta make this so complicated? Why do we have all these different time zones for? Everyone should just be in the same time. Like, if it was just the same time for everyone, wouldn't that be easier? You know, this is what bureaucracy does, folks. It just makes things way more complicated than it needs to be. Inventing fake things like time zones. Yuck. Who even needs them, really? I guess, yeah, surveyed that. Let's go over here. Then there's the domain error probe. I'll have to have a look at that in a second. From Chile. 2136. Oh, with the 24-hour time, huh? All right, Mr. Domain Error Probe, tell me your secrets. Where is the mothership? If you won't spit out the information, then I'll have to make you. I know a little bit about 40K. I don't know if I'd call myself a fan, but I kind of passively enjoy some of the... Like, I know a little bit about the factions in that game. So everyone connected to has the same ping. Putting things in space is expensive, and connecting to a satellite... well, I mean, that's kind of what Elon Musk is trying to do with Starlink. Yeah, for practical purposes, there's a reason the military uses 24-hour time. For practical purposes, it reduces the risk of confusion. In fact, I think French people generally use 24-hour time, if I remember correctly. Well, I guess I'm going to fight these. It's not exactly ideal in a Corona, but it should be fine. Do I need any more than this? They didn't look that tough. But then again, I've got supplies to burn, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. I'm French, can confirm we use 24-hour mostly, yeah. Of course, as soon as... Yeah, both the French and the British, we use people in air quotes, of course. I mean, you think you have it bad? Some people are born French. You know, thoughts and prayers, really. Thoughts and prayers, my guys. Do I know the general direction that they want to go with endgame content? Depends on if we're talking about gameplay-wise or lore-wise. I know a little bit about what they want to do with the gameplay. It seems like he's added some endgame enemies that spam fighters. So I do know that. And I know they want to finish the storyline, but I don't know exactly what the lore is going to be. I mean, when it comes to Australian... when it comes to Australian, then we start getting with the criminal jokes. It's soon trademark, so we know it's mostly done, but there's also the issue of him sometimes getting inspired to add a new feature and then not quite finishing up everything else. So it's going to be a big patch for sure. Like, there's so many things that are being changed. Like, we're getting more endgame content, which is very needed, but we're also getting a lot of quality of life updates. Like, the Intel tab is going to be much easier to navigate. Like finding colonies in the planets tab is going to be much easier to navigate. You're going to be able to leave notes. Right now, if you want to leave notes, you've got to get mods for that, but that's something they're adding to the base game. Yes, French people exist. We call them tourists around here. That's... Where do French people go on a vacation? They do French means... French people do everything backwards, so surely they go to cold places for vacation. That seems about right. Oh yeah, and of course they're upgrading the Java version in the next patch. So there's going to be a performance upgrade. So it's like... We're upgrading to a new version of Java, so there's going to be improved performance. We're adding new endgame content. We're adding quality of life features. There's a bunch of new ships being added. Most of them are going to be enemies, but there's going to be a few that the player can use. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going in the next patch, which is fitting because it has been a while. A new tier of gameplay enemies. I mean, there kind of is with the Colony Crisis. The problem is that once you finish the Colony Crisis, then you're just kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Oh yeah, the simulator upgrade is massive. Yeah, that's true. Around the Balkans, competitive. Yep. That's sounds about correct for my cursory understanding of the Balkans. Their south, Catalonia, Spain. Oh, that does make sense. Most people go to the Mediterranean. That makes sense, because it's not too far, and it's probably going to be a lot warmer and more humid around the Mediterranean. You know, Master Chief, I thought you said you were sleeping hours ago. You really do. Yeah. If you're around like that early, late in the morning, then yeah, get some sleep. Balkans mentioned. Ra. Yeah, as soon as you mention any region that's not as commonly mentioned, then of course Balkan the cheese. Ah, yes. Balkans. I've never heard of that. Are you talking about the cheese? Oh, good lord. 1 a.m. catching a 6 a.m. train. Not exactly. That's a risky maneuver, let's say. Romania is closer to French culture-wise than Slav or Balkan. That's interesting. I haven't heard that before. I mean, geographically, it makes a little bit of sense, so I guess it's not too crazy to believe that. But that's definitely not something I've heard before. Romania, known for such incredible contributions to the world as Dracula. I mean, Romanians invented vampires. Like, we gotta be... Like, that's not exactly... Like, not, like thanks to Romanians, we have to deal with these blood-sucking parasites. You know, you've got to make sure that every visitor, you don't invite them in by accident. You got to check for fangs first and all that stuff. All because Romanians just had to invent vampires. Thanks, guys. Alright, I think I want to go... Where do I want to sell all this crap? I've got a bunch of crap to sell. I guess I'll go to Zagan? Or no, is there any... I guess... No, I'll go here to Aztalan, so I can hop over to the Iron Shell real quick. Ah, yes, of course. Now we're getting into everyone shit-talking about... all those silly little European countries shit-talking each other. As if they don't all have problems. The main one, of course, being that you guys are in Europe and not North America. That's like the biggest problem, really. Like, imagine being European. Cringe. Yeah, Europe is just a server. Europe is just a server where PvP is enabled. Yeah, European solidarity is inventing an entire system of bureaucracy so you could shit-talk each other more efficiently. Sounds about right. Yes, of course. The international racist community has members across the globe from every ethnicity and every background. They all unite under the fact that they hate each other. Do I actually want to get... Well, yeah, actually I do. Target analysis is very good. Let's get that elite. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Country mentioned. Viewers activated. Alright, so that definitely... I mean, I did a lot of black market trading, so that's gonna get the patrol attention in a second. I do want to visit Tritachyon to drop off these gamma cores. Oh, I could use more supplies too. They're pretty cheap here. Then I want to go over to a nearby system so I can visit Ironshell. Yeah, I think we're going to take that Ironshell commission as soon as I find them. Hegemony. There you go. Are they just in this system? I guess so. Yeah. Chitragupta. The Mud Skipper swarm went in the trash. I'm not actually going to do that. That might make for a good meme video. Maybe I'll make a meme video where I do like a little YouTube short spamming Mud Skippers, but probably not going to implement that in an actual game. Oh god, got to click on all this. It'd be nice if there was a button to just clear all, but this is what it is. Hello. Okay, good. They didn't bother me. The Infernal Star anti-capital armor. That's very specific. And then, of course, it's got to have an on-hit effect that does additional fragmentation damage and a bunch of other things. Shotgun. Cool. They do have a paladin. You own 0 of this weapon. Well, I own 1 of this weapon. Alright, guys. Commission time. Chief Commissioner. Well, you sound like the guy to talk to. Try to spark a conversation. No, I don't think I will. What's an anime character going to say to me that I need to hear, huh? Yeah, so eventually I can get up to these things, which... It's a pretty bold move, taking a capital battle carrier that's supposed to be kind of low-tech, and then giving it jump thrusters as an ability. That's a bold move. I'm sure I can break this. Oh god, do we need... dating sim? No, I don't think... Oh boy. Wasn't there somebody who was doing that, but it's abandoned? Yeah, this is, as far as I'm aware, this does have charges, so systems expertise kind of makes it very mobile for a low-tech ship. Yeah, Mora 14 is Ironshell. That's not vanilla. I know everyone seems to want a Mora 14, but I think it's fine not existing. It's like an outdated hull in the first place. Like the 14th Legion doesn't... I doubt that they use the Mora that much. It's something that they only picked up post-collapse. I guess Ironshell's kind of a dating sim if you try hard enough. So I just gotta grind up some reputation. Speaking of, special functions. Prisoner actions. Repatriate. Honestly, using prisoners to increase your reputation makes way more sense than using them for money, because they're not worth that much cash, whereas trading them in for reputation is a lot more useful. See, how much reputation? Yeah. Oh, this is backwards compared to Compared to the hegemony, this is backwards. More money, but less reputation. I mean, 200% is still 2/3 of Tritachyon, but the reputation gain is kind of valuable here. And I'm getting most of the money. I guess, yeah. See, now we're up to exactly 50. So that's another breakpoint. Which means we should be able to buy more stuff. Of course, this is up to cooperative. Unfortunate. And there's some smaller ships that are pretty cool. And I've got 300,000 credits now. Don't think I need a Prometheus, but a Dram. A Dram could be good. Yes. I think, what have I got right now? Yeah, I've got this and I've got one Dram. Let's take a look at our fuel range. Yeah, with our fuel range could use a little Actually, I could buy the Prometheus and then just sell these two and not worry about it anymore. But for that, I do need augmented drive field, which I do have. In fact, I could buy both of these. Yeah, crew under strength. I know. I'm aware. I am aware. I'll just buy more. That should take care of that. And then I can install drive field and efficiency overhaul. Call it a day. Let's see, heavy armor. Yeah, looks good to me. Then I can sell these. Turn this off from mothballed. Repair. Let's see what we've got. 424 supplies, still looking good. Let's see. I guess that's good enough for now. Oh, you know what? Mining laser. And mining laser. There we go. It's better. Do I have a spare officer? I do. Perfect. Can move these forward. This is a... Yep, we can move that back. In fact, Robert, why don't you get in the Enforcer? I mean, I know it's loaded up with D-mods, but we're not going to... You know, D-mods do make them cheaper to deploy, so I guess in easier fights, they're a good call. I am tempted to reassign, because part of the challenge of this run was not using the industry tree in the early game. But I didn't know exactly how difficult the hivers were going to be when I made that decision. So I might reassign over to Hull Restoration. It's a tempting option. Just getting rid of all of this for free? That is a very, very strong option in the early game. Why small ship? Does he not know big ship more gun? The DZ mods. I'm not sure what you mean by DZ. Can I get some clarification on that? Well, no, you don't need the skill for that. D-mod ships with D-mods are already cheaper to deploy, just by default. So you can see the... Let's see, where is it? Yeah, recovery cost. Over on the left side. I can't really point at it with my mouse because it closes, but... Under CR per deployment, recovery cost, instead of costing 20 supplies after deploying, it only costs 7, because it's got a ton of D-mods. D-mods, more like D's nuts. Yes, I hear you. What have you considered? No, I'm not going to finish that joke. Never mind. Actually, these double shot harpoons are pretty terrible, so let's get rid of that. Breach missiles would be nice. No? Alright. I guess I'm going to go with a salamander and a swarmer. Wait, no, is there a second salamander? Yes, there is. Perfect. Let's go with that. Lovely. Not exactly my ideal setup, but I guess it's good enough for now. Okay, well, that does use up most of my money for those logistics ships. Although, I guess I could sell these buffaloes. How much would I lose? Yeah, I don't lose too much from dropping the buffaloes, and it makes the fleet cheaper to run. So I guess I can sell those as well. Helps simplify the logistics. Just like that. So now we've got... Our combat ships are pretty all over the place, but these things are going to stick around for the rest of the game. So in fact, it might be worth building in. Efficiency overhaul is really good. Make them even cheaper. And I've got a few points to spare. So I'll do that, then I'll grab survey equipment, because cheaper surveys are nice. In fact, I'll drop this, pick up survey equipment a second time. Once I get more SMod, or story points, then I'll SMod solar shielding as well. That's probably my next choice. There we go. Yeah, it's funny. SModding the logistics ships first thing, instead of the combat ships. I haven't been able to make swarmers work. So swarmers a lot of the time are... A lot of the time they're good on frigates like the Lasher, because they're not just... Like, they're okay at shooting at fighters, and they do help with that. But on something like a... Yeah, like the Lasher or the Centurion, it gives them something that's short-ranged and accurate that can hit other frigates. So while they only have 100 hit strength, that's, well, high explosive, so it's kind of 200, but you get the idea. They've got low hit strength is not an issue against frigate tier armor, and they're fast enough and accurate enough to actually hit frigates. But then they've got enough ammo that they can spam them. So swarmers I would specifically put on things like Centurions, Lashers, maybe the Wolf sometimes. That's where they're best utilized. I wouldn't put them on... Like, putting them on the Eagle is not really what I want to do. Alright, now I need more fuel. Well, I don't need more fuel, but I want more fuel. I don't think I'm going to pay taxes on that, actually. Yeah. Patrols are mad. They can stay mad. Yeet. I have to go to sleep now. Have a great weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend. No explosions, please. No promises. Alright, let's head over here. Turn that on, turn that off. Alright, I need to go to the bathroom again, actually. I'll be back in a second. That's what I get for drinking coffee before streaming. I have to piss. Luckily, it's a very short trip to the bathroom, so we're right back at it. Yeah, the draft class is interesting. It's got like a big piece of metal on the front that absorbs damage. Leak detected. It's a different kind of leak, though. Okay, so we got that. Apparently I've got survey data for this one. What am I looking for here? So I've got that. Got that. 115, 111. Alright. Oh, is there another one? Oh, it's in the outer reaches. That's why I didn't find it. That explains a lot. Yeah, that'll be easy. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to survey these. There's that. Let's salvage this. Yeah, look at that. We've got this massive cargo capacity now. Just what I needed. I don't know why you guys are bothering to defend. You are very screwed. Might as well. Actually, it only costs 7 to deploy this. It's probably going to be better. Is there an easy way to eyeball fleet strength? I'd have to think about that, honestly. Like, because a lot of the evaluation comes down to just recognizing what ships they have, and then being able to say, like, this ship is not very good, this ship is pretty good. At least under AI control, of course. It's like, and then there's, of course, the stars under the fleet. So, like, if something's 2 stars, you should be, like, a danger rating of 2 stars, you should be able to take it pretty easily. 3 stars, I can take those pretty easily without worrying about losses most of the time. But, of course, it changes once you add in mods and things get, evaluating gets a bit more difficult. So, yeah, I don't know. That's something that... That's something that I should make like a combat guide for, and how to, like, here's what you can look for to evaluate, but off the top of my head I wouldn't be able to tell you. Hypershunt tap, cool. That'll be useful eventually. Especially if I remember correctly, there's a hypershunt near my... that's actually near my colonies, so I can actually use that. Wow. That's a lot of resources. I'll take it. Nice. Helltaker's Dev released a new game, yes. The ghost kissing one. You were taking... First you take hell, now you kiss ghost. Oh, this is pretty good. +1/+1, so a mining bore, mental bore would be really good here. No atmosphere. I mean, I've already got a planet for all this, but... like, this is a decent planet despite having high hazard rating. Okay. Some distance away. Ah, of course. My mistake. let's activate this. This is probably immediately what it is. This seems fake. So it's going to be one of these three. Let's try this direction first. Okay, I'm going to say no. Probably not this way. Let's turn that back on. Yeah, this didn't move at all, so I think that's fake. Let's try going over here. The best way to learn fleets when you start out is a quick save button. Yeah, don't be afraid to save scum. Yeah, especially when fleets might be rated at like a decent, like amount of difficulty, but if they have a lot of low quality ships and you have a small number of high quality ships, you can kind of just beat them through attrition. Even if the difficulty rating is fairly high. There we go. Odyssey. Well, well, well. Yeah, I'm just going to scrap the rest of these. Yeah, I'm going to grab that Odyssey. One of the nice advantages of battlecruisers is that they do have the same burn as regular cruisers, so they don't slow your fleet down at all. Assuming you already have cruisers in your fleet, of course. Which, I've got this Eagle that I'm lugging around, so that applies. Actually, what kind of large weapons do I even have available, honestly? Like, paladins on an Odyssey are not really a good idea, but I mean, I can grab... What is my fleet composition going to be? This is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Honestly, instead of paladins, I might end up using a bunch of iron shell ships with devastators instead, and then I could pilot an Odyssey myself and go around and kill things. Yes, I do love piloting an Odyssey. It is quite fun. Gonna have to mothball that for now. They're also very rare. There's a bunch of these guys, but I think that's fine. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go grab this. Do I still not have Slip Surge? Really? I should be very, very close. Yeah, I am in fact very, very close. Well, that's not entirely true. I think I've got an older video with no voiceover that has a Radiant in it. Although it's a bit out of date, so it's not exactly what I would do now. Faction, hell, yeah. Invasion. More invasion. You guys never know when to quit, do you? Oh, Jingala. It says invasion successful, but Jingala is currently held by the hegemony. So... not sure what you mean by that. Your definition of successful might be a little different from mine. That's how I realized 2 Paragons could take on at least 3 Invictuses. That's, yeah, the Invictus with its system is very powerful, but it also kind of gets hard countered by Fortress Shields. Like, oh no, your damage is up by 500%. I guess I'll just not take any of the damage. You can influence it if you go to Jingle. Ah, that's what it means. I guess I could save the hegemony, but do I really have to? Ah, the AI inspections are so annoying. Besides, I've got to make money, you know? Orbiting a jump point. Okay. So, probably not this one then. So it's going to be the other one. Oh, never mind. It is this one. My mistake, sir. Yeah, I guess I'll toss in a couple Centurions there, and we'll just watch. Hedge plus Iron Shell. Yeah, they're doing alright. Although the Church is surprisingly... Well, then again, the Church also has the Knights of Blood, so they've got a little extra. Oh no! Heavy machine guns and light mortars against my low-tech ship. What is it going to do? It's so scary. I'm terrified. Manticores. Got the range. They got the power. Although phase lances are really good. Honestly, all the burst weapons, all the burst beams are really good against these things. Phase lances, tachyon lances. Throw in high intensity lasers while you're at it. Counterpoint, do you want the bugs to do AI inspections? Wait. If the bugs take over Chico Maztak, they don't start doing AI inspections, do they? That would be different. Although, yeah, it might be cheaper instead of buying... If they do that, then instead of bribing them with credits, bribing them with skincare products. I mean, it worked with Robert, so... We get to claim victory. Okay. Is that it? Let's see. Gotta do a lot of salvaging there. Didn't gain any intel, did I? Yeah, no. So that's finished. That leaves this out here and this out here. I can take this when I'm on the way. Alright. I don't think they're cold-blooded. But I'm not a biologist, so I guess I wouldn't know. If a faction loses their capital planet, what I've heard is that if someone else takes over their capital planet, then they just take over the event for them. If they just cancel the event entirely, that would be a lot easier. No intel for me? Not even a little? Really? That's annoying. So I think that was the... Yeah, that takes that out, so I've got it. That was, in fact, the one. I guess I can go survey Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw. I had the same thing happen with the League and just never got the events, really. Because most people that I've heard say that if Kazaron gets taken over, then whatever faction holds it. So maybe in your case, you're talking about Kazaron being, like, decivilized? Hiver game, the Hedge took over Kazaron and never got the League event. Huh. Because I usually heard that whatever faction takes it over just does the event instead. That's what so now I'm not sure. Because I've not really seen... not seen that happen before. So I guess I'll have to find out. Oh good, a red system. The hegemony, on the one hand, they don't want you going to these systems, so they put up these beacons, but on the other hand, they send you to survey them anyways. Oh wow, this is different. This is a special system. So we've got a gate, we've got a domain era comm relay, and sensor array, and a third stable location, and then we've got a gas giant with 3 habitable worlds orbiting it in a red system. Oh, and of course, another desert world, so there's another habitable world. This is special. If I do that scan, they're busy... Oh, look, there's a Radiant. I am definitely not equipped to take that on. Finally unlocked Slip Surge. There we go. And I leveled up, too. Very cool. Yeah, I may have to come back to the system. So I mean, we're not at the point where I'm generating capture points yet. But if I take electronic warfare, I've got 4 combat skills, so getting up to cybernetic augmentation as fast as I can seems useful. And the ECM rating is nice. So I guess I'll take that. And then from there, I'll get a couple more combat skills. And then I can finish up leadership last. Alright, what do you guys want? In need of heavy machinery. Yeah, I've got a little excess heavy machinery. An additional... Yeah, alright, I'll make that trade. I do not like that I saw their sensors. Yeah, let's sneak our way over here. It's unfortunate that your plan to join the League was foiled. Yeah, that's exactly the downside of running Nixeralit. You can't plan for things as consistently. Which, being able to plan for things might be a little overpowered, you might say. So maybe that's fair. Water. Yeah, I don't really need that. This is a lot of stuff. Alright, well, there's a lot of remnants. I'm just going to go over them. The League didn't completely get taken out, but their capital of Kazaron did. It was like the... Oh, well, that's not good. Thank you, Hegemony. Thank you. Suspicious research data. What? That's a mod. This is interesting, to say the least. Okay, I did manage to burn away. I'd rather not spend a story point if I don't have to. Oh, phew, hello. Of course, they've got burn 9, so they're keeping up with me. That's annoying. Alright, I think I've got enough distance that I can sustain burn now. That's a cool place, that station. I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? So I'm going to go up, deactivate, then turn around and go dark. Yeah, they are off course. Excellent. Oh, there's an... Apparently they're all coming this way. Not what I wanted. Well, that's certainly special. Well, I was thinking about going through the gate, but then I changed my mind because I still want to explore stuff in the system. And then another ship fleet showed up. Oh yeah, we're F5ing. Straight F5ing in here. Hello. That sensor array might help, honestly. Oh boy, is there a... There is a fleet patrolling here. Yeah, that's not good. I don't think I can actually survey this planet. I'll try surveying this one. Oh, of course. Nope, never mind. Nope. Not my problem. Okay. Oh god, that is a lot. Clickety-click. So that system could be a nice place to colonize if the remnants ever get cleared out. I do want to analyze that mining station. I think I'm going to abandon this. Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a river about it. Don't care, didn't ask. I mean, that's in our fuel range. Let's just get there as soon as possible because I don't want to run out of time. In fact, Slip Search is available, but I think that's less efficient, so let's not do that. Yeah, they set up these beacons and tell civilians, don't go here. It's ComSec redacted. You're not allowed to know. But then they send random spacers to go survey stuff in those systems. Kind of hypocritical, really. I wonder if in the future they'll maybe make it so that they don't send you to those systems. That's possible. Another gate. That's convenient. Boy, howdy, that sure is convenient. Some distance away from this. Why can't it just be somewhere convenient? No, that's not what I meant to click. That's really bad. Let's go back in there. I meant to click this thing. Some distance away. Oh boy. No, I would like to find it before the time runs out. Oh yeah, we're starting to see the slowdown. Saving. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, fuel is going to be fine. We've got a gate here, so we can easily... Like, the fuel cost of using the gate is like half the fuel cost of traveling normally, so that should be fine. So I'm seeing 2 pings out here, but... They've got to be fake, right? Yeah, those are fake. Alright. 21 days. I mean, I still got enough fuel to fly back, don't I? If I look at this, yeah. I can easily get back. It's not a problem. There's a lot of signals. It's a bit hard to parse. Another Hyperion. I mean, Hyperions are good, but the problem is Our main enemy is the Hivers, and fighters are not good for the Hyperion's health. So there's an orbital habitat, which is not quite a mining station, but in the same ballpark. Where is it? Why does that have an exclamation mark on it? Is that a bounty? That's got to be a bounty then. Let's turn on this nav buoy. Oh, no, I guess I'm not doing that. Go away. Don't care. Nobody asked. Well, there's a research station. That's useful. There's a lot of crap in this system. Wow. There it is. Just in time. 7 days left. Easy. I was not worried about it at all. And a new blueprint package. That's cool. We can rip off the Zon Empire if we feel like it. Stole your Odyssey build. It is fun. It is very fun. It's very much the scissors in the rock, paper, scissors triangle. Unfortunately, the AI does struggle a little bit with the ships that are usually meant to punch down. The AI struggles a little bit with them. Aside from, like, the Conquest. Funny enough. Okay, there's a lot of action going on over here. Okay, let me check bounties. Yes, there is a bounty here. Seems kind of doable, honestly. I'd just rather do other things first. Well, really the issue that the AI has with the Odyssey is the same issue that it has with the Fury. It struggles with mobility systems that only go forward. Like a lot of ships with burn drive is a bit different because the ships that have it are usually designed for brawling. Like an Onslaught is a battleship, so it has no problem with that. But with something that's more fragile, like an Odyssey, as a player, you know that you can face away from the enemy and then use your plasma burn to create distance, whereas the AI always points its nose towards the enemy, so it doesn't really do that. One day left for bounty? Oh yeah, you're right. I guess I'll do that if I can. That sounds... I wonder if that's vanilla or if that's a mod description. We are doing this battle at the very last second. The last possible moment. Oh hey look! Control capture points. Look at that. Electronic warfare is going to come in handy. On top of that, our ECM is 16%. And the enemy, I guess, only has like 1 or 2%. Wow. Yeah, we're in the big leagues now. Yeah, I think for the most part, these orders look fine. So the Centurions mostly, unfortunately, have like D mods. They're not super well equipped, but the Omen and the Cobalt should be able to punch down against a lot of the chaff in the enemy fleet. So I would actually rather have you take that. And you get aggressive. No, I don't need you to do that. Here we go. Like this. Pirate Falcon can be have good damage output, but it's vulnerable. This thing is annoying. I should try to avoid this because it's very durable. And instead pick off things that are more vulnerable. Like this. Ugh. Frame rate. I've got to kill them so that I can recover my frame rate. That's what I got to do. I mean, that's in a vulnerable position, but at the same time, it is an enforcer, so it kind of... Well, we actually might be able to kill it if we... Honestly, it's in a very vulnerable position, and we've got a Hellbore, so it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, there we go. That makes life a lot easier. Okay, you don't need to sit over there. You can just kill that. We can ignore that. We can ignore this. Yeah, we're looking good here. So if I can kill this... Well, let's kill this. It's... Oh, you're approaching me. Oh. And... Oh, I didn't quite get it. Come on. There we go. That's what I like to see. So this is just about... I mean, that guy's running away anyways. It's fine. This is interesting. What are you guys doing? You guys are doing fine, I guess. No need to really order anything for the moment. We can clear this off the battlefield. The Falcon is... So the Pirate Eradicator is a lot more durable, but the Pirate Falcon, with its 4 medium missiles, can be dangerous. Let's try and take care of that. There we go. Thank you, Annihilators. Hey, we got 2 for 1. Nice. How did they get all the way over here? What is this Eradicator even doing? Honestly, I have no idea. Hold on. Do you think there's a fencing minigame in one of your mods? Well, I'm pretty sure fencing minigame is part of vanilla. Yeah, that's actually in vanilla. It's like a secret thing you unlock with a hegemony commission. But yeah, that's actually vanilla. It's a reference. Sorry, I missed that. I was focused on combat. Yeah, that, you know what? I think the Eagle was good to pick up. I was a little concerned with the weapons I had available, but I think for this stage of the game, Triple Graviton is going to be very punishing to the limited flux systems on the enemy ships. And double heavy autocannon is pretty solid. Get you guys over here. You guys can help kill that. Oh, they are retreating now. Oh, that poor Eradicator. Now, you guys can ignore the Hound. We'll get it in the auto resolve. If we can kill the Eradicator now, that'll be nice. Safety overrides and shield shunt. Sounds like a good idea, but you really got to get some EMP resistance, or you're in trouble. And it's definitely not a good idea against remnants. Well, I mean, it kind of works. You can make it tough enough that it'll survive, but you are going to lose a few ships if you go in with that kind of strategy. Just barely in time. 132,000. Relationship with hegemony. Wait, what? Oh! That feels like cheating. Wait. Right, because when we join Iron Shell, we borrow their relationship with the hegemony. So even though Iron Shell was only 30, as soon as we join them, hegemony goes up from 0 to like 99. That's funny. That's hilarious. That feels like cheating. Well, I guess I should terminate my contract with the Iron Shell and join the hegemony now and just buy myself an onslaught. That's not what I was planning. That worked out nicely. Alright, let's finish up looting this system. Now that there's no more pirate distractions. Yeah, and now that I've got the Iron Shell Commission, I'll go revisit Sentinel to see if I can get the colony activated. What is this? Oh, just salvagers? Yeah, they're probably gonna leave me alone. Alright, let's see. Dragonfire, Torpedo Pod. Ah, yes, the worst of the two. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a Dessous blueprint. These little bastards are a little bit overpowered. So we're going to be... I think that's where I'm going with this. I think... Off I go, have a blast. Yeah, have a good one, Matush. I think these little bastards are quite overpowered. So I think the direction we're going here is I'm going to use the VIC Cobalt for frigates. Then I'm going to grab some Iron Shell battle carriers and load them up with the Dessous. Maybe throw in a few Devastators to shoot down fighters, and we should be able to take on the Hivers with that kind of plan. And, of course, my flagship is looking like it's going to be an Odyssey. If I need more anti-fighter, I can load up a Locust in the large missile slot, and I can load up... Sarisas should be pretty good against enemy fighters with those canister flak. So that's looking pretty good. Things are looking good. Hold on, let me get the rest of this. Oh, Ulan Siege Laser. You know what? I just got one for free. Do I have another one? No, that's the only one I have. I mean, if I put a couple of these on the Odyssey with expanded magazines, that's probably going to be a little crazy. I think these are going to be nuts. Yeah, it's funny because I think there's a mod that gives you like a negative reputation with every faction, or at least every vanilla faction, and all you need to, the way that you bypass it is you add in like modded factions that are going to have more or less normal reputation, and as soon as you get a commission one, it kind of solves your reputation issues with everyone else. Yeah, Skeletech Solutions, that's correct, for the Dessous Assault Fighter. It's a little teensy bit overpowered. Don't worry, you'll see. You will see. I will show you when I finally have heavy industry and print out some Dessous assault fighters. You will witness the power. Forefathers, one and all, bear witness. Don't think I need this. But it could be better than, let's say, this. Yeah, rather than field modulation, having all of these other skills is a little better. Then again, I can level you up and get the skills that I actually want. Such as target analysis or combat endurance. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to fire you. Oh, I am going to pilot the Odyssey myself. That's part of the plan. Let's see, how much else is there left? I've got to survey that. I've got this online. I've explored both of these. That's already surveyed. There's another debris field here. Yeah, okay, I'll explore this asteroid field. Survey this. And I've got to loot all of these ships. And then I can come back to the gate and teleport home. That seems just about right. Combat freighter. No thanks. I'm good. I've already got your big brother, so no. Salvage all of these. No, I don't have the mod that lets you do that. I have used it before. It's alright. I get the idea. Wow, volatiles. That's pretty rare. That is pretty rare. Unfortunately, no transplutonics. It would be a lot better if it had that. Getting volatiles on your barren world could be pretty useful. Yeah, they're avoiding me. Good. Don't really need a Vanguard. Don't even need a Sunder, although Sunders are pretty good. Alright. I think that covers everything in the system. I'll do a loop around the asteroid field just in case. Sometimes you find something hiding there. Oh, hello. That's a big signal. Oh, that's just cargo pods. Okay. Yeah, volatiles on a hot planet is pretty rare. I mean, you say the Phaeton is a tragic ship, but I have used it for like the last couple of streams. It was part of my fleet. And more cargo pods. Let's see. Defender Victory, the Zon Empire, is having no problem fighting off the Hybers. Looks like Syndria, which was taken by the Hegemony, is now being taken by the Hybers. So I guess the Syndrian crisis is going to be managed by bugs. That's very cool. Well, I could do the Odyssey with an autopulse laser, but I'm thinking of using the Diablo Avionics weapon. I just need a second one so that they can match range. But that's occupied. So the only point I could really buy it would be here. Because this one is taken by Hybers. Yeah, I think I looked it up, what Phaeton meant, but I don't remember. That is a lot of goodies I can sell, and I'm sitting at 500,000 credits. Nice. Right, what have I got available? I do have 2 autopulse lasers, so I guess for now I'll start with that. As much as I would like to use something else. Well, Jackhammer is decent for the front. back here. I guess pile them for now. Well, salamander is also fine. Here, don't... locusts, I guess. Don't like a lot of these other options. I think I have Cerisas. Yeah, I've got Cerisas. Do not appear to have Xiphos. So I guess I'll go with longbows and defensive targeting ray. Let's grab those. Some of that. Some of this. One of these. I want those, and I want those. Alright. First up, magazines. Then I'm going to save the rest of my... Yeah, I've only got 2, so I'm going to save those. I want to restore it. Faulty automated... Let's see. Sensor array. Weapon range in combat reduced by 10%. Increases crew requirement. Not too bad. I mean, these are not too bad. First of all, I've got to stop mothballing it. Of course, crew under strength. Let's see, where is Robert? I've got just the ship for you. You're getting promoted. Storage. No, I don't have any there, so here we go. Excellent. Another 6. Okay. Okay, why is shift not working? Oh, it is. Okay. Never mind. Just felt like it wasn't for a second there. Then I've got 15 more? Okay. Insulated engines might be worth grabbing. Just to be sure our engines don't break. You've really got to be sure of that. Okay. And then I have to reassign my skills, which I don't really have the story points for yet, so for now, we're going to have to use the wrong skills. Cool. Alright. I think this is a good place to call it. So thank you everyone for showing up. I'm thinking next weekend, hopefully I'll bring it back to the usual time instead of streaming later. Have a good night, everybody. I just joined. Yeah, sorry. It's unfortunate. Goodbye and Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I'm going to be working on the missile tier list after this, so thank you. Good night, everyone.